Hi, Kerry here, best of us investors. I just received an email from Homer. Homer is one of the members of our tribe. And our tribe is made up of people who come to our Discord and basically share their knowledge with me and with each other so that we all can become better investors. But Homer regularly sends me videos that he thinks that I need to see and that are worthwhile. And he sent me this one by Cathie Woods, or Cathie Wood. um, Everybody is fearful, but now is the time to buy. Become a millionaire in 2 years. Now, I think 2 years is a little bit of a stretch, but she and I think a lot alike, and I wanted you to see this video. I could have drawn some excerpts from it, but she puts up a pretty hefty copyright presentation before each video, and I don't want to go down that road with Cathie. So this is a thumbnail of it. Just go ahead and Google everyone is, or search on YouTube. Everyone is fearful, but now is the time to buy. And I want to go through the video with you and give you some timestamps so that you maybe see what Cathie and I see and what the opportunity is in front of us. So this is not financial advice, but I think it can help you become a millionaire. So stick with me.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Okay, 30 seconds into the video, Cathie makes the mention of the next big thing. At 1 minute into the video, she tells us that that next big thing is genomics, and in specific, genome sequencing, genome therapy, genome editing, and such. At 1 minute and 16 seconds, she tells us that Illumina is at the center of this revolution. And what Illumina is a genome sequencing company. They own 90% of genome sequencing. What that is I don't know what liquid they use from your body, whether it's blood or it's spit, or whatever. They basically have a machine that looks at it and tells you what the propensity is for you to get any genomic disease. This is a machine that if you had in 2000 contracted with them to have your genome sequenced, it would have cost you $1 billion. If you did it today, it would be somewhere around 1,000, and they project in the near future it will be down to 100. So with that in mind, it's not too far in the future that insurance companies will be paying it, and in fact encouraging anybody and everybody in the world to get their genome sequenced so that you know and your doctor knows the propensity you have for getting any genomic disease. And that takes in Alzheimer's, heart disease, cancer, Parkinson's, just about anything, liver diseases, any leukemia, any blood disease. So when she says they are the center of the genome revolution, that's what she's referring to. She then, at 1 minute and 59 seconds, says that there are 3 companies that own the patents for CRISPR. And CRISPR is the element that is going to basically deliver the therapy or the edits that will take disease out of your body and out of anybody who is anticipating conception to have their egg or their sperm genome sequenced, and then the therapy or the edit to take it out of your bloodline. She mentions, and catch this at 159, that there are 3 companies that are going to get a 10% royalty off of everything in this space. Now, I want you to think about that, a 10% royalty. What if Microsoft and Apple had patented the internet? okay, and the operating system, and I suspect they did, and they just sat back and then collected off of their patents, 10% of anything and everything. Well, the digital revolution, and again, I don't know if this would be true, but it's about an $11 trillion to $20 trillion business. What if you got a 10% patent off of that and you had to do nothing? You just sat back and collected it. That's what this is looking like. Okay, so then at 2 minutes and 17 seconds, she reveals the name of the three companies that own the patent rights to everything CRISPR. And that is Editas, CRISPR, and Intella. Okay, now you may or may not be familiar with these companies. I am very familiar with these companies. And I believe that I think this is going to be the healthcare revolution. At 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the presentation, she's sitting there with three what are people that we think are investors. Now, you've got to recognize that this is a promotional video for ARK Invest. And these people, we never see their names, so I don't believe you would find them at BlackRock or at JP Morgan or at Fidelity. But this guy makes a statement and says, I don't understand CRISPR. I don't understand genome therapy and editing. He says, I do understand, however, Facebook, and so I'm comfortable investing in it. Cathie responds, that's pretty much what's happening in the entire investment community. Take that for what it's worth, but I believe it's pretty much that way. Now, what I want you to do then is not just take Cathie and I's word for it. I want you to familiarize yourself with the guy who wrote this book, and that's Walter Isaacson. He's written some books on some very famous people, Leonardo da Vinci, Apple, Steve Jobs, a number of them. Here's what Walter has to say about the potential of genome editing and genome sequencing.
When I started this book, I thought, okay, biotechnology and CRISPR, it's the most amazing thing happening in our time. And then I realized by the end, I was understating the case.
Walter Isaacson is the author of best-selling books about Benjamin Franklin, Albert Einstein, and Steve Jobs. His latest, The Code Breaker, published by Simon & Schuster, part of Viacom CBS, is about Jennifer Doudna and her work on CRISPR.
Oh, I think the biotech revolution is going to be 10 times more important than the digital revolution because it allows us to hack the code of life.
Let's look at a little history and see where we're at and see at what price you might want to be. And is Cathie right? Now is the time to buy. So let's take a look at my TradingView chart where I am going to show you CRISPR, and then I'm going to lay in the other stocks that she talked about, and that is Editas and Intella. So let's take a look at that. This is my TradingView chart on CRISPR, and then I've laid in an overlay for Editas, Illumina, and Intella. And I got involved with them basically in 2019, late 2019. And you can see it's been quite a ride. This being CRISPR got up to a high. It was up at one point 500 and some percent. This is then Intella, and it got up 786%. Intella is the one that actually has had a stage 3 test and found that they could cure I believe it was a cancer in an individual's liver. But again, the market, because of fear, went away from all of them. And so you see, they've had their height of attention, and then they've all come down pretty close to where they were 2 years ago. And as Cathie says, these are the opportunities of the future. This is the healthcare, I call it the HealthCure revolution. And I think her analogy holds true, that if I had told you what was going to happen in the 80s relative to a digital revolution, would you have believed me? And the answer is no. And what she's saying now is we have the same situation in front of us. And as the investor said, yeah, but I don't understand it. I understand Facebook, but I don't understand genome sequencing and genome editing. And that's what we're dealing with. So I think this is the time. I'll share with you now the stocks that I think you should buy. And in some sense, they're confirming what Cathie said. So that gives you some idea of what Cathie's talking about, what she believes, what I believe, why I believe like she believes and Walter believes. This is the next big thing. This is going to be, if you believe what Walter says, this is bigger than the digital revolution. And the digital revolution basically entails everything from the introduction of Microsoft and Apple to give us an operating system, to IBM's first computers, to HP's computers, to my HP ink press, our printing machine, everything digital up until today, which is somewhere, it's hard to put a number on it, somewhere between 11 and $22 trillion. And Walter believes it's bigger than that. Now, I hold more than just Editas, CRISPR, and Intella and Illumina. So I want to show you what my holdings are. And I'm showing you also the amount that I have. And I'm projecting that this is going to amount to something in the neighborhood of $69 million sometime in the future. And that's with an investment of about $170,000. If Walter and Cathie and I are right, it's just unimaginable. Now, Cathie says 2 years. I don't think I'll have my $69 million for maybe 5 years, but it's coming. It's coming. And I think I agree with Cathie. Now is the time to buy. So that's what Homer sent me. That's what Carrie Grinkmeyer, Best of Us Investors, and the tribe is all about. What I then do is take all the information that is given to me by the members of my tribe, and I have some people who work for me that sort through it, and then we have also bought the knowledge, the data, the information from some of the biggest gurus in investing, and now we're sharing that on our Discord with the members of our Discord. We have 3 levels. Take a look at it. The platinum is where we share all the information that we get from the gurus, and we do some private videos for where we go into in-depth research on them. That's what I want to do, and that is to say, I want to take this digital revolution and make the most of it by bringing like minds together. I want to create a BlackRock or a JP Morgan or a Fidelity or any other mutual fund, even a ARK Invest, that is made up of thousands and thousands of people sharing their knowledge and then disseminating it through this channel, our Discord. And then my ultimate goal is to get young people involved in investing as early as we can, because truly the only thing that keeps you and I separated from the multimillionaires out there is time and knowledge. That's all that separates us. If you start early, if you start when you're 15 years old, I told my grandson as we were watching the Winter Olympics, do you know why that young man just won a gold medal for snowboarding? And he said, no, Papa, why? I said, because he started snowboarding and training when he was 8 years old. That's the key. That's the key to success is educate yourself, train yourself as early as you can, and you can't help but become the best at what you do. Okay, that's my takeaway for today. It's not too late. Cathie says, get in now. You'll be a multimillionaire in 2 years. I say it'll take 5, but it's a given. It is a given.